Action!
Okay.
Hello! Merry Christmas!
Okay, this is how we start like this. Both of us with it. What do you
Yeah,
do?
I'll do that.
No, you gotta have a candy cane too. Very fun. At the same time? Right? Right? Hey everybody, welcome back to Biancci's YouTube channel. You've got, of course, me coming back again to bring you kind of our theme of the YouTube channel for right now, which is baking.
Baking. So today's pretty special because we'll be doing not just a recipe, but Jeremy's grandma's cookies today.
So these recipes, like the cookies that we're going to try out, I actually have never made them, but they are amazing. It's a family favorite. And in fact, my mom has taken on the tradition of making these. Even more special is we're doing this to remember my grandma on the the anniversary of her death. So we're definitely thinking about her as we're making these and also bringing in kind of a little bit of Christmas spirit along the way. These cookies, my mom, we were talking to her last night, and she said she has made last year 800 of these cookies. So she gives them out to all of our family and friends, and we are going to do something similar here in the Philippines, just so that we can kind of spread that Christmas spirit. So let's get down to baking. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Let's do this. All right, so as we get down to business, here are the things you are going to need at home if you decide to make my grandmother's famous cookie recipe. First, you're going to need 2 eggs. Which the elf has got. After that, you're going to need 1 cup of shortening. Oh yeah. Now if you don't have shortening, you can feel free to use margarine. That's actually what my mom uses, and they've been doing that for quite a while. As well, you're going to want to have a teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. It's in here. It's in there. 1 cup, or a little bit less than a cup, of brown sugar. Boom, boom. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Boom, boom. And then 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour.
Boom, 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 boom.
Likely you'll add a little bit more than 2.5 cups to it, just to kind of balance it out. Once you have all that together, you're also going to need 1/2 of a cup of white sugar.
Boom, boom.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Doom, 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 doom.
And your Smarties.
How you like that?
Boom, boom, boom. So the trick is when you're making this, you're going to add the Smarties in last. But what you're also going to make sure that you're doing is putting a couple of Smarties on top of it as well, on top of the cookie before you bake. But we'll show you the process.
Let's go.
Okay. Stretch. Do your baking stretches. We got for this. Alright. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to get your shortening and your sugar, pour them in and blend them together. Be reminded that you're wanting 1 cup of shortening or margarine, depending on what you have in your kitchen. And then in terms of the sugar, you're going to want to have 1/2 cup. Brown sugar is also included in there. Brown sugar, you're going to want a little bit less than a cup. These are a family favorite.
We were inspired by the Sugar Rush Christmas season.
We have been watching a lot of Sugar Rush Christmas. So once you've added in your shortening and then both your sugars, white sugar and brown sugar, from there you move on. You're going to add in your vanilla and eggs. Reminding you that for vanilla, you're going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 2 eggs. So here we go.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Yeah. That's a teaspoon, not tablespoon. Yeah. So we've added in our brown sugar, white sugar, and we even have our shortening. After that, we blend it all together. So you blend it all together.
So what do I need to prepare next?
2 eggs, and then you're getting in the vanilla. Okay. the other dry ingredients. We're going to want to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Excellent. Teaspoon of baking soda. Of course, never forget the flour. We have done that before. By we, I mean myself.
He.
Me. So 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour going in hot.
So every year your grandma would actually bake and give you cookies.
Every single year my grandma would give me cookies. My mom still does it, and she would always go out and help. So it's been like a bit of a family tradition, and in recent years, my mom has baked for an entire, like all the cousins on both sides, and kind of just kept it going. But she bakes like 800 of these. What?
A lot.
It's crazy. So we're gonna see if we can do it any justice. I'm definitely an amateur. And I really should have, I mean, I'm always in the Philippines when my mom is baking, but it would have been cool. I talked about my cousins too, like us baking it on my grandma's side. But it's just never come to be yet. One day, I will be a master of this. Alright, so, shortening. Shortening?
Check.
1 teaspoon of salt.
Check.
1 cup of brown sugar packed. Check. 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
Nike.
2.5 cups of all-purpose flour.
Correct.
You can add a little bit more if you want to. 1/2 cup of white sugar.
Check.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Check. Check.
1 cup of Smarties.
Not yet. Check. Check.
Okay, good. So let's blend this.
Fuck up. The favorite part.
Alright everyone, so we're doing this for the first time, we're learning as we go. Typically it's done with Smartie cookies, that's what my mom uses. We're using these M&Ms. I just ran to the store because we didn't get enough of these, but I was pumped to at least find that M&Ms have these red and green. But yeah, like so, just as a reminder, like we're using M&Ms, you can use Smarties, red and green, makes it pop, makes it festive, makes it Christmas, makes you tired. You're really selling to our YouTubers that we're an interesting bunch. So our next step, we've got it all together. It does look different from my mom and my grandma's look of it, but we are gonna just give it a go. Get your pan. We only have a glass pan, we don't have a cookie sheet because we're amateurs. You're gonna wanna use a cookie sheet, which is fine. You can obviously just use a non-stick pan. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna typically you can use 2 spoons. So we'll do that. So you scoop it out with 1 spoon, scoop it out on the other. Very easy. And really what you're looking for is just enough that you're going to be then using a fork to pat down the cookie.
There you go. Confection's ready. Done.
Okay, confections are done, so then we're going to turn the oven on to 350.
I think we did it great.
Yeah, it just looks weird, but it must be the margarine too.
Ours is just margarine.
And then the trick is to really make them festive. Is to put Smarties on top of them, which we are going to do for a couple. This is our test batch. Of course, we'll test to make sure that these M&Ms aren't going to kill us, so I'll do a taste test. Find out. So we put them in the oven, 350 for about 12 minutes. Yeah, does that feel like it's good? Putting it in. Next step will be our big reveal. So 12 minutes.
The waiting game.
Now we get to chill. Woo! Okay, so we have our first batch ready to come out of the oven. We decided to give it 15 minutes just because every oven is different. And we're no experts. Mind moving that a little bit? The blender part? Yep. Okay. So the color is definitely different, but I think it's the margarine to shortening ratio. Maybe really not.
Yeah.
Like still squishy?
Yeah.
You think they'll harden? We're gonna try another minute or two. What do you think?
I don't know. Cut!